So this is Screenwriting Live, and in this we basically play screenplays like it's a video game. How do you do that, you might ask? Well, we
How
just
do you do that?
Smoke and noise surround a Mercury Redstone rocket, early 1960s model. It's a massive, rumbling beast, waiting to blast off into space. Interior, Janus Space Capsule Night.
When David Bowie sings about sitting in tin cans, this is what he means. The tightly cramped capsule rumbles.
A man in a tinfoil spacesuit sits here. The name patch reads Commander Jack Mills. He's a 35-year-old blue-eyed cowboy with a swagger that could tip a cow. What do you think so far?
I don't understand the David Bowie reference.
All right, well,
That was very distracting.
that's simple enough.
Yeah.
All right. You always want to simplify your language down because the more abstract or creative you make it, the more you leave people behind. A man in a tinfoil spacesuit sits here. The name patch reads Commander Jack Mills. He's a 35-year-old blue-eyed cowboy with a swagger that could tip a cow. Through his helmet were on his eyes. He studies his whereabouts like a cynical man second-guessing himself. What?
T-minus 2 minutes.
Jack's got a bit of a Texas twang. Roger that. For God's sake, let's do this, Benjamin. I already missed enough Christmas Eves with my boy. A different man's voice shows on the radio. It belongs to Benjamin Ben Black, late 30s. He's the flight director, and also Jack's best friend. That's what we call an unfilmable. The two laugh. Old friends, right?
Right.
Because,
Dialogue.
that's behavior. You're showing, not telling. You'll be home soon, Jack. How you feeling? Your pulse is a little high. Jack says, scared off my ass. You owe me a huge steak for this.
Steak? You already got a reward, Commander.
What do we know so far? We're in a spaceship.
Hey, friends.
They friends. So we appear to be in, the 1960s? People miss stuff all the time. This is clearly a period piece, but it's very subtly done.
Mission Control Night. The room's filled with 1960s NASA guys in white shirts, black ties.
Then maybe Lyndon can have me over for a steak at his new place.
Nervous laughs in Mission Control. Except the military.
Except for the military and the men in black. They ain't laughing. A man approaches Benjamin and whispers in his ear. Benjamin looks at the countdown clock. 1:30 and counting. Can someone tell that pretty lady I'll be home in time for Christmas ham?
In the back of Mission Control, there's a small viewing room.
In it stands Allison Mills, 30, pretty, proud, and scared out of her wits. She holds on to her son Jason, like if you were the one to fly away. The kid clutches a toy rocket.
Cute. Yeah, shit.
Heavy breaths. She's nervous, scared out of her mind. Benjamin looks back at Allison, his eyes a hint of regret? Sadness? Perhaps something else? Alright, I hate this.
Yeah.
A glance at the men in black. Benjamin's got a job to do. He focuses back on the moment.
Let me patch you into the viewing room. She won't be able to talk to you, but you can tell her yourself.
Why are we describing buttons? Viewing room. Speakers throughout the room crackle to life. Allison, don't you dare tell those guys this, but I'm nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Is this how Southern people talk, or is this annoyingly folksy?
It's annoyingly folksy, but I also wasn't in the South in the 60s.
The NASA men laugh, not the men in black. In the viewing room, Allison chuckles nervously. She whispers his name. Jason looks up at her. We'll be dancing to Edie Gourmet in just a few hours, baby. Hang on. Jason. The kid looks up at the speakers, beaming at his dad's voice. This is not carefully written. You're in charge while taking care of Mom while I'm up there. Make me proud, champ.
Holding onto his toy rocket, Jason salutes like a soldier at the sound of his dad's voice.
And if I see Santa Claus flying across the moon, this is kind of belaboring the obvious. If you were saying, write me a generic space shuttle mission takeoff scene, yeah, my instinct is to just take out all this crap. This says it all. The kid has a toy rocket. He admires his dad.
Right.
The wife is scared. She's holding onto her kid. So I really think that we get a whole bunch of crap in the first 4 pages that I don't feel like reading. But what this script is doing is it's belaboring the obvious. I get it. He loves his wife. It's scary going into space. All the strikeout stuff is just bullshit. It's belaboring the obvious, and it's not... You don't have to be creative to write it. So why is it included in your screen? Let's fly, gentlemen. That's a badass thing to say. I mean, if you're going up to space, that's pretty...
Rock and roll.
He got swag. The giant Mercury Redstone rocket roars like an angry beast. Deep breaths. Jack clutches his controls. He's nervous.
10, 9, 8...
In mission control, Allison clutches Jason tighter. She stares dead ahead. So do the government men in black and military men. Sweat beads on Benjamin's forehead. Good detail. Jack closes his eyes. The noise is deafening.
3, 2, 1...
Everything rattles and shakes.
Lift off!
Jack's eyes open. End teaser. Alright, that's not a good teaser. The reason why is this is a base reality. Well, if I saw a space launch with my own eyes, that'd be one of the most amazing things I ever saw in this Earth, right? But in a script about an astronaut, this is his everyday world. If he's on the platform, of course he's going into space. That's what's supposed to happen. The only reason it's a teaser is if something unexpected happens. There's a spaceman, there's a loving wife, a little kid, and you don't really need to say, I love you, honey. I'm going up into space. Oh no, I'm the conservative little wife. I'm so nervous, Dad. I'm so proud of you. Bring me back a space rock. It's, I could do that all day. That's cliche shit. However, if we got our spaceman alone in the capsule, he's getting his dick sucked because he snuck his mistress on board. That's unexpected. That's a teaser.
That's a movie.
Or if, there's an alien in the pod, and he's like, all right, alien, we're going to get you back home. That's unexpected. That's a teaser. Then I want to see this. All this teaser is doing is showing me generic space. And, I can write generic space crap. You can write generic space crap. We don't need the screenplay to tell us generic space crap. I hate stuff like this because it's stuff you don't necessarily need to be talented to write. And I like this writer. He is very talented. But this is pro forma, generic. If we had a screenwriting computer called the Screenplayatron 3000, it would turn out shit like this all the time. Now we cut to Act 1, and now we cut to 8 weeks before launch. Well, who gives a shit? Everything went fine. Now, if the spaceship exploded, that would be shocking. Oh my god, what is the wife going to do?
What if she thinks he dies and he comes back?
Yeah, that's a story, but we have to work real hard to pull a story out of this. This is just
Right.
An astronaut does astronaut shit. I always like to do the description before the title. Jack and Benjamin share a small table littered with empty glasses, and we catch them in mid-conversation. Alright, that's implicit. Ugh. Boo. It implies that the writer thinks it's so shocking to begin in media res that he needs to call it out, which means that the other scenes aren't going to start in mid-conversation.
But they do.
Yeah, but they should. Nah, she don't even care about what we're doing. She's just glad I'm home. I didn't tell her.
It's gotta stay that way, Jack.
How have you kept this so tightly? A pair of pretty barflies, 20s, keep looking at the men, one of them clearly drawn to Jack. Benjamin approaches the bar and makes small talk. Jack watches, but he's not interested, so he's a good family man. Cool. Benjamin calls him over. Jack hesitates. He takes a last deep drag off of smoke before putting it out and walking over.
My good friends Rhonda and Leggy Roxanne want to hear all about your Navy test flights, Commander.
It's not really much to say. They're just fast airplanes.
Don't be so modest, Jack.
This could be parenthetical, save lines. Lines are like your mana in a video game. Every time you spend a line, it should be doing something awesome. So it's because this only takes one line, whereas this takes 3 lines because you need a space between them. You want fun stories? Just call Chuck Yeager. I got nothing. I really don't. Let's just get rid of I really don't. Because I think Jack, being a manly man and a cool cowboy,
I got nothing.
is better if he's just very firm and direct in his communication.
I'd say you got a whole lot of something.
Ooh,
I was watching you ever since you came in.
well, I hadn't really noticed you, miss. He's had enough. He walks out the door. Exterior, bar night. Jack smokes a cigarette, leaned up against Benjamin's tail-thin Chevy. Benjamin walks out of the bar.
What's with you?
I'm not going to screw up with Allison. Not again. If something happens to me, I need you to take care of them. Take care of her.
Jack,
Seriously, listen to me, Ben. I'm not sure what the hell you're putting me up there with. You owe me as much if something happens.
I promise.
You'll take care of her?
No, I promise nothing bad's gonna happen.
I kind of like that. That's kind of a cool line
Yeah, I
because,
do like that.
if Benjamin changed the parameters of the conversation, so it's
Right.
a little unexpected. Interior, motel room, night. Jack's hand on a radio dial. He tunes it to find the right song. Bingo. A small room, 2 beds. Jason sleeps silently on one. Jack and Allie, in underwear, middle of the room, slow dance together. I don't think we need to whisper in each other's ear. On the song, Edie Reme has to be flown to the song as Jack and Allison kiss. Given that not everyone knows what Fly Me to the Moon
Fly me to the
radio. I like to do it like this, and it's italicized, because if it's italicized, it's coming in on the radio. And then you don't have to use this explanatory note, which is clumsy as shit. Exterior, skies, night. Back to the launch. The rocket penetrates the night sky. Oh, that is confusing. Let me show you why that bothers me. Because we got cold open. Generic astronaut crap. A guy takes off. Whoop-de-frickin-do, right? Then we got Act 1. Jack is at a bar with Ben. Jack doesn't cheat. He has before. Jack and Allison dance. They're in love. More generic shit because unless it's I love you so much, Jack. Kiss, 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 kiss. I'm bored. But if it's, now Jack, you know you're the love of my life, and I'm going to be praying for you while you're up there. But if you do get back, we're going to have some words about that girl you cheated with. That's an interesting scene. That's an interesting character. Something interesting is going to happen. Flashback on the rocket, right? So we just did a flashback to show what? That he's buddies with Ben and doesn't cheat, and that he loves his wife, which we already saw in the opening scene. So why the heck are we doing that? Why are we doing all these plot maneuvers and all these time cuts and time jumps? It's the teaser does not tease, and you want your teaser to tease. So that's the kind of thing that annoys me, because it's all stuff, it's fill-in-the-blank stuff. It's stuff that you don't need a writer to show you. The money part of this teaser is not Jack's eyes open. You would make this more interesting by doing this. Jack looks over to the seat next to him. A nuclear bomb is strapped there. Jack, I hope this works.
Ah.
That's intriguing. Or a dead body, or an angel, or an alien. That would intrigue me. But that's all it takes to create suspense. You want to put some hint of a high concept.
Right.
Because if it's a nuclear bomb, we understand this is going to be some Cold War shit. He's using space to do some beat the Russians crap. Or if it's an alien, we're like, okay, it's going to be a buddy movie of it.
War of the World!
Yeah, a redneck astronaut and an alien. If it takes this little effort to make something interesting on a teaser, make it interesting. So anyway, we're back in the space capsule after all that bullshit. The rocket penetrates the night sky. Jack's doing his best to stay with it. It's a bumpy ride. Serious, jeez. 1 minute and fuel is a go. Oxygen's go. Cabin pressure 10 psi on schedule. All systems go. A bank of monochrome monitors. Men analyze stuff. Data. Love it. Numbers, charts. We don't need numbers, charts. I don't need a line saying that there's more data, because numbers and charts are data. Benjamin's on the mic with Jack.
Looking good, Jack. Looking beautiful.
I don't care how good I look. I hate you right now. Smiles all around.
Silence. Allison and Jason watch the business at hand ahead of them. Jason plays with his rocket.
Mom, so is Daddy a spaceman now?
Yeah, baby. Daddy's a spaceman.
Also, this Allison character does nothing. She's just sort of like a passive prop who stands by in his word for her man who cheats on her. This is not a role that is going to attract a great actress. The space capsule. Jack's more in control now. Calmer. He looks out the window. Standing by for tower. Okay, more bullshit. Tech talk, tech talk, tech talk, tech talk, tech talk. Benjamin turns to look at a Men in Black. Gives a signal.
Tower confirmed.
The Men in Black walks out of mission control. Allison caught that exchange. Well, if she caught that exchange, we need to account for how she feels about that exchange. She could be worried. She could look at Benjamin like, dude, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because right now she's just literally standing there passively like a prop. And that's not good character writing.
What if she's just that nervous?
If you're acting, you can make passive choices. But the challenge for an actor is if you're playing a passive character, it's to play that character in a way where passivity becomes interesting. And right now this isn't.
What would be an example, though? Like, what if she had, like, her hands on Jason's shoulders and, like, squeezed too hard and he was like, ow?
Yeah. Or it could be, Allison looks, she's worried. But then she sees that Jason's also worried, so she smiles reassuringly. Everything's fine, baby.
Gotcha.
So then, even though she's being passive, she's actually being a good mom. So we see that she's got a strength to her. Back in the space capsule, Jack flips switches. All right, way too much tech talk. Does anyone here want to see me read my suit dome temp warning light is blah, blah, blah?
No, I'll answer no.
Eerie. Cold. Still. Jack looks out. Cynical as he is, can't help but be affected by the beauty. You know, we could do that. Then a jolt, because we've created an emotional moment, and it is cool because we see that Jack ain't impressed by much.
Mm-hmm.
But space is really impressive. If I went to space, I'd be awestruck. I think. Electricity fills every single piece of the instrument in the cabin. But you see how that little moment of him like acting out a character because of the beauty of God's great horizon is more than whatever tech talk, which I'm sure is exquisitely researched. Flashes of blue lightning arc over every single piece of instrument in the cabin. Better, shorter, sexier, I think.
Yep.
Whoa, what the hell was that, Ben? Control, come in. Ben! Silence. The radio squelches to life. It's receiving a broadcast, but Jack can't make out what it was. It's a strange noise pattern, some sort of intelligent communication. See, that's an unfilmable, and that's a pretty goddamn big one.
Yeah, why wasn't that in the trailer?
This is how you do a teaser. Rockets explode. Sexy description. Hint. Mission control. Ben. I'm your boss and your friend. Jack. Something sassy. Allison. With the kid. Scared, but strong for his sake. Rocket clears atmosphere. Rocket has cleared orbit, or whatever you say. Sir, something's wrong. Jack reacts to a jolt. Mission. Come in. Come in. An otherworldly sound comes in. Jack slowly realizes that it's signaling him. Jack taps out a message. Jack taps out a message in Morse code. Translated Morse code. Hello? And then the signal comes back. Yes, we can hear you. The money part of this is going to be he's communicating with an alien life. It's a case where the author has chosen the wrong point of entry. Because that moment is an interesting teaser. And what you have there is just backstory that tells us a lot about a character, but not in a terribly interesting way.